Hey guys, what's up? So, going to be covering the 2.1 2.2 joint live stream that just finished up here a second ago. Just going to try and briefly go over everything that was mentioned in case you didn't want to watch. These tend to be kind of long. If you don't want to watch them, I don't blame you. First things first, I'll try and go in order of like what they mentioned on the stream. Might split it up into like they kind of mix 2.1 and 2.2 in terms of like what's coming when. So I'll try and maybe like keep it to 2.1 first and then 2.2 after, even though they kind of mixed them together on the stream. But kind of some random stuff. They're doing another Twitter promotion. They're actually doing a couple of these Twitter promotions. You can win a $100 Amazon gift card. And then the big thing for the next two patches, 2.1 and 2.2, are going to be this summer event. We're going to get part 1 in 2.1 and part 2 in 2.2, and then we'll get back to Palace 3 story content in 2.3. But yeah, so we're going to be getting a new beach map with a bunch of new stuff. We're getting mini games, events, different events for part 1 and part 2. So the event for part 1 will be this shooting gallery kind of mini game. And yeah, for the mini game, it seems like you have each of like the characters that are in the summer lore or whatever, kind of in as part of this event. Closer, Tomoko, Wind, and Soy, and they each have like different abilities, and you'll be able to probably like level them all the way up in the shooting mini game and get rewards for each one of them. So hopefully lots of gems there, and this doesn't seem that hard. It doesn't seem like it'll take a ton of time, so this should be some quick easy gems. And here's a look at the shooting gallery mini game. If you've played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it's like really similar to, I forget like what town. It might be the beach town, actually. I don't remember exactly where it was, but there is like a shooting gallery thing that's like very similar to this. So if you've played that, I think this is probably like the exact same thing pretty much. And then also as part of the summer event, which I'm sure a lot of people will be excited about, I think this is pretty cool, there will be exclusive summer memories events with a couple of the characters. I think half are in 2.1, half are in 2.2. So in 2.1, we get Closer, Wind, and Lufel, and it seems like there'll be kind of some exclusive like summer, synergy event sort of type things. And then I'm not completely sure on this part, this fireworks festival thing. Obviously, there's like gems and stuff. So whenever you complete a character's like summer memories like story, it seems like you can watch fireworks with them during like the summer memories thing. I don't know if this is like, I imagine it's probably just like once you finish each person's story, you get to sit there with them and do the fireworks. Yeah, it looks like we get a cool like summer background for your profile, and then a cool frame for your profile picture. And then I think we're going to be getting one of these for Closer and Tomoko, but for the Closer one, it seems like there's going to be like some event battles and stuff. 6 stages where it looked like they were mentioning like you got to use trial units, and then some harder stages where you have to use your own units. I don't know how hard these will be. I guess we'll see. But obviously you're going to want to do these because they'll be giving away gems and stuff. And then this is interesting. So once daily, you can come in here, farm one of these 3 battles to get these materials. And you get bonus materials if you're using the units down here in the bottom left. So 35% bonus for using Summer Closer, 15 for regular Closer, and 15 for Wind. So I don't know if these stack. I assume they probably do. I assume you could probably use Summer Closer and Wind together to get like 50%. And then I'm not going to like dig too deep into Closer's kit, although she did get some interesting, I guess you could call them buffs, but it's almost more like a mini rework she got. All right, so I'm going to try and like explain this like as succinctly as I can. So skill 3 kind of feeds into like the main rework change, right? Flat damage increase 13.3%. That's not like the super interesting part. The interesting part is the cooldown time thing, because they've changed how this worked. Before, Closer kind of not scaled, but she worked off of overhealing, right? So if she got 15% overhealing, she'd get like these kinds of benefits, and she'd get like cooldown time reduction on this skill 3. It used to be 5 cooldowns, 5 turn cooldown. So 5 turn would be like she uses skill 3 and then say, Wonder goes, whoever goes, whoever goes, whoever goes, Closer goes again, right? So she wouldn't be able to use skill 3 every turn. She would have to wait. That's now been changed to 1 Closer action. So she still can't use it every turn, in theory, right? Just based off what we're seeing here, she can't use it every turn. So the A0 is where the kit really got changed, right? So let me just go ahead and read what it used to be. When Motoha is healed, if the amount healed exceeds 15% of her max HP, she got 15% overheal, right? Reduce the cooldown of Surf and Shine by 1 turn, down to a minimum of 1 turn remaining. When Closer uses a skill that spends HP, she will not be KO'd. So the last sentence, not that important, but this here was the important part. Reduce the cooldown of Surf and Shine by 1 turn down to a minimum of 1 turn remaining. But now what it is when she receives healing, increased damage by 25% for 2 turns, so that's nice. After receiving healing, a total of 5 times she gains this Tropical Heart. Healing received from Blessing counts as once per turn, so again, Marion's still good here. When using Surf and Shine, that's her skill 3, while Tropical Heart is active, spend Tropical Heart to remove the cooldown time from Surf and Shine. Afterwards, there's a 1-turn cooldown until Tropical Heart can be gained again. Basically, once she hits 5 instances of healing on her, so not just like Marion healing her 5 times, it's, if Marion heals her and gives her a blessing, and then she gets healed from the blessing, she gets, that's 2, kind of 2 counts towards the Tropical Heart. So when she gets just like 5 instances of being healed, she gains Tropical Heart. When she has Tropical Heart active and she uses her skill 3, she spends Tropical Heart to remove the cooldown time from Surf and Shine. So basically, if she has this Tropical Heart and she uses skill 3, there will be no 1 Motoha action cooldown anymore. She can use skill 3 again the following turn, right? So she can use skill 3. If she has Tropical Heart, the next turn she can use skill 3 again. So you think, okay, that sounds kind of broken. You can just spam this. You could just bring like a team of healers and you could probably get this procced every turn. No, there is a 1-turn cooldown until Tropical Heart can be gained again. So she can't get this every turn. But yeah, that is some of the... Hopefully I explained that okay. I think that's how I understand it. Don't listen if I'm totally wrong. I apologize. We will be getting a Queen skin. Like it's like an outfit pack. It's kind of like the Joker and Fox ones, where you get like the profile frame, you get the profile background, and then you also get like a profile icon. Plus you get the skin, obviously. Next for 2.1 Key, you are getting the next part of Key's synergy stories. Also in 2.1, we're getting new city life activities, so we are going to be getting this fishing activity. Every game needs a fishing minigame, right? So we're getting it here too, which is nice. I don't know how good it's going to be, but I'm sure there's some rewards associated with it, even if you don't care about the fishing at all. Also getting 4 new songs added to the band club. I've actually kind of been slacking on the band club because all I had left were like the 2 insane ones that like there's not a chance I could ever do. And here's one that kind of people have been asking for, and I know I personally have been asking for. This is called Vicissitude Inc. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know why they've chosen such a ridiculous name for it, but we're just gonna call it the Ink. The Ink is basically, if you've played like Zenless Zone Zero before, they have the self-modeling resin. This is basically that, right? So you can choose a main stat. You can choose like the type of card. You can choose a main stat, and then you can forge, you can use 1 ink to forge that card, like here, the example, they choose a love card in the moon slot with HP as a main stat. You can forge that, and it will guaranteed have HP as the main stat. The substats are still random, so, it's not guaranteed to be like a great card, but I do think at some point there is like another type of ink. I think I remember seeing someone mention this. It was either Blade or Bear on a video I was watching a while back when they were on KR, where there's like more ink where you can re-roll substats. So I guess we're just starting out with this, and then they'll slowly add the other stuff. Also in 2.1, we will be getting a 7-day login event as per normal. 1 ticket a day for 7 days, 7 tickets. Wish it was 10, but it's 7. New Phantom Pass is coming with 2.1, and they're adding new stuff. So the regular Phantom Pass, they're adding Stardust shards to it, and then the premium Phantom Pass, you'll be getting ink in the Phantom Pass, and you'll also be getting more Stardust shards. Also getting the normal 600 gems for this live stream. I wish they had doubled this because it's 2 patches in 1 live stream, but oh well. I guess you never know. They may give something out for 2.2 when it drops. This is some great news to hear, unexpected. So to celebrate Tokyo Game Show, they're giving away a weapon case, 5-star weapon case. So if you didn't pull Marion's weapon, this would be a great time to get Marion's weapon. If you have Marion's weapon and you need Rin's weapon or something, great time to do that. I'm hoping I can use this on Vino's weapon because I don't have hers yet. But yeah, free 5-star weapon case, weapon selector. So that's a W, always a win to get free stuff. There's also some kind of 100-day anniversary special thing coming. I don't know what this is. I guess we'll see. The web store got updates, I guess, giving out like more jewels and like millicoins and stuff. I'm gonna get into 2.2, so I'm gonna just kind of ignore that for now. But I did want to mention they put this new contract system in here. Najox has tweeted that he thinks this is a mistake. They didn't mention anything about it. A lot of people were like, oh, it's just a 110 banner. Are they shadow dropping it? I'm hoping that I'm wrong and they do just drop it and everyone's happy. But I would bet close to everything I own that they would not ever release the 110 banner and not make any mention of it. This was like a huge point of contention. They literally apologized on stream for not having it at one point, kind of like as part of like the Marion apology stream. Like they mentioned the 110 banner as part of that whole thing. There is no way they would not take like a victory lap on adding the 110. They even mentioned like what, last stream or 2 streams ago that they were adding it. I highly doubt they would make an announcement on stream that they were adding it at a random date, at a later date, and then not mention when that later date is. That feels like something that's not happening. So yeah, don't get your hopes up for this. Hey, listen, if we turn the game on tomorrow after the update and it is in there, jump up and down, we'll pop streamers or whatever and celebrate. But I would not get your hopes up for this. I just wanted to mention that because I saw some people getting excited. I don't want anyone to disappoint themselves. I'm a master of hyping myself up for disappointment, so I want you all to avoid that same trap. They're doing another highlighter campaign thing that like they did for Phoebe a few patches ago. They're doing it for Cord now. Again, if you're not a content creator and you just like a person's post and you retweet, repost, whatever they want to call it, you could potentially win 5 tickets in Millicoins. So go ahead, just like retweet your favorite creators and whatnot. And I did want to give a shout out some of our friends here, content creators. Shout out to Bear, Blade, CJ, Ren, P5FX, and Cephia. Congratulations to all these people on winning the free Phoebe. Great job, everybody. And then if I could read Japanese, I would also congratulate the Japanese content creators, but I'm working on it. I can't do it yet, but I am working on it. And now to backtrack, and we'll kind of look forward to the future with the 2.2 update. So instead of the shooting gallery minigame in 2.2, we will be getting a shaved ice event. Looks like you'll be running like a shaved ice stand, which, these kinds of minigames are always fun. I'm always up for more like random minigames and stuff. So part 2 of the summer memories thing, you'll get Tomoko, Soy, and Marope, who went all out with her bikini, apparently. I don't know where the slide is I'm looking for, but I assume, like I mentioned before, that Tomoko will also be getting like that event battle thing. They didn't show the Tomoko version, but I would find it hard to believe they won't have a Tomoko version that's very similar to this. And then obviously we will be getting Summer Tomoko herself, or Seaside Tomoko as they call her. I believe I called her Summer Closer the whole time. I believe it's Tropical Closer now. Tropical Closer and Seaside Tomoko just don't roll off the tongue as easily for me as Summer Closer and Summer Tomoko do. And I'm not going to dig into Tomoko's kit much because she's, kind of far away. So there's, not going to get into the weeds on it quite yet. They will have a Wonder swimsuit skin up for 2.2. So if you're into Wonder, or you're like me and you're just have a, a malformed brain and you are obsessed with having skins and collecting things, and you will feel the need to buy this even though you don't even want it. 1,800 gems down the drain for me, probably. And then in 2.2, we will be getting a new synergy for Kira Kitazato, better known as Mesa, who will be our banner character in 2.3. They've done this a little bit now where, Cord came, her synergy came in the patch before she got released, etc. So, and then here's something interesting for all of you harem route enjoyers. In 2.2, they will be releasing the Synergy Bond Reset feature. We knew this was coming, we just didn't know when necessarily. So basically for 100 gems, if you get someone's Synergy up to 20 as your soulmate, you can spend 100 gems to get the item to reset them back to the point before you became soulmates. And then you can like redo the mission track up to 20 again and get like the other set of the profile icons, the stickers, etc. But yeah, back here, 2.2, I think I kind of went over everything here. And then kind of a little bit of a look ahead at 2.3, we get back to the, the next palace main story. And then I'm sure there'll be like a ton more stuff that gets added here, as we get much closer to that. This won't come out until, late October. I believe, again, October 9th is when part 2 comes out. So September 22nd, for me anyway, is when this could vary like slightly based on your time zone, I guess. But September 22nd is when 2.1 comes out. And then for me, I believe they mentioned October 9th earlier is when 2.2 will come out. So again, another lengthened patch, which I'm not thrilled about. If this does go to October 9th, that takes us back to, for me, a Thursday instead of this Monday. So, but yeah, hopefully I covered everything and I saved you, hopefully this video is not too long. I'm going to try and cut this down to like 15-ish minutes. They pack so much into these that it's hard to cut them down much longer. The stream was like an hour 40-ish. So, an hour 36 actually. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we will be back to like guild bosses. I know I haven't been super active the last week or so. There just hasn't been a ton of content with these long patch cycles. So yeah, live stream today, patch drops Monday, and then hopefully by Tuesday, Wednesday, I can get the first of the 2 new guild boss guides out. And then, you know, within the following 2 days, I'll have the next one out. Then I'll try and tackle SOS, and then back to the other guild bosses when they reset the following week. So look forward to it. And I'll also, if the event battles seem kind of hard, maybe I'll do like a thing on how to do the event battles, like with and without closer, because I do plan on pulling summer closer. So yeah, excited for the summer event. Should be fun. Hopefully there's like, you know, a good amount of content in here to keep us busy for this extended patch cycle once again. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I will see you on the next one, and have a good one.